A Tennessee juvenile judge has been sentenced for possession and intent to sale. Today on Rational Lunatic Media, coming to you directly from Rational Lunatic as always. With that being said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest content. If you are on TikTok and this video happens to go a little too long, jump over to YouTube where you can catch the same content there, but always the full amount. Also, with that being said, from what I understand, TikTok might be getting canceled here pretty soon. So if you can just jump over to YouTube, subscribe there, catch all my content there, that would probably be the easiest way to go. But ball's in your court. Do what you want. I'm just glad you're here with me today. Before we get started, last but not least, if you have the stomach for it, catch my Not Safe for Life content on my Patreon, which is linked in my YouTube. For $5 a month, members only, same types of stories, corrupt cops, corrupt judges, corrupt officials. But the things these people are doing are things that a lot of you don't have the stomach for, and I completely understand. I barely have the stomach to read some of these stories, and they're rough. They're rough. So they're for members only, $5 a month on my Patreon. With that being said, let's get into this one, shall we? Get off my screen. All right. This report is coming from, WJHL News, read to you by yours truly, as always, of course. Former Johnson County judge has been sentenced to jail and probation. Mountain City, Tennessee. Former Johnson County Judge Perry Stout was sentenced to a year in jail after pleading guilty to money laundering and possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. In addition to 1 year in jail, Stout was also sentenced to 7 years of probation while serving his jail sentence. With Stout will not be eligible for work release. Could you imagine? Could you imagine him getting a judge, being on work release, and being able to, continue to be a judge while in prison for a year? Okay. Stout will report to the Johnson County Jail on June 1st. Quote, "I've done wrong. Realize I have to be punished," Stout said during Thursday's sentencing hearing. Quote, "I've lost a career, a retirement, and the respect of so many people." The former judge pleaded guilty to the money laundering and marijuana charges and waived his right to a trial in January. Stout previously admitted in court to helping find a marijuana trafficking operation which involved a man named Gary Marshall, and to using the profits from that operation to fund his 2022 judge campaign and other things. Hey, the struggle is real, y'all. This guy had to sell some drugs to fund his campaign to be a judge. I mean, looks like it worked out for him. I'm not in the long run, but in that little short stint, apparently he made enough money for his campaign because hey, he became a judge. Several people testified during Thursday's hearing, including Marshall, who had provided information to authorities. Oh man, his co-defendant ratted him out. If anybody deserves to be ratted on, it's a judge. It's a corrupt judge. You know what I'm saying? Quote, "He approached me, started talking, and then asked me, 'Was there money in it?' And I said, 'Well, duh,'" Marshall said. He said, "Well, yeah." Yeah, but I mean, you're selling drugs. Is there money in it? You're a judge. Haven't you seen? Whatever. I know he's a juvenile judge, but still. Stout took the stand and said he regrets his actions and is embarrassed by them. Oh, I bet you regret them like a mom. Yeah, I bet you do. Quote, I authorized Gary to buy THC products, Stout said. I invested in that, and that was wrong. I didn't realize that having him reinvest the profits was money laundering. That was wrong as well. Well, I mean, I'm guessing Tennessee, marijuana is not legal. But yeah, if you take money you got illegally and then invest it into legal, things, that's washing your money. That's laundering it. That's exactly what it is. How did this guy become a judge? Isn't that like uh criminology 101? Like how criminals launder money? Like isn't that one of the first things you would learn, right? I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know. If you do, let me know in the comments. Isn't that one of the first things you learn? Is how criminals launder money? Wouldn't that be like criminology 101? If that even is a class. Three people also spoke as character witnesses on Stout's behalf. Norman Miller called Stout, quote, a good guy. Bet he was selling some good bud. Carl Howard said that, quote, everyone deserves a second chance. Reeves Snyder said he believes Stout, quote, is ready to walk the straight life. I asked Stout's attorney about filing an appeal, but was told that Stout is ready to move on, and likely won't appeal. Stout resigned. It's probably part of his plea agreement for pleading guilty is you can't appeal if you. I mean, can you even appeal if you've pled guilty? Is that an option? I don't think you can, right? Because don't you have to sign? You have to sign paperwork. Yeah, I believe yeah, you have to sign paperwork when you plead guilty, right? Saying that you're voluntarily pleading guilty, so there's no grounds for appeal at that point, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, let's continue. Stout resigned and as General Sessions and Juvenile Court Judge in June 2023. Stout's wife, Pamela Stout, that's my mom's name, Pamela, was also arrested in the investigation and charged with 3 drug conspiracy counts, maintaining a dwelling for sale or use of narcotics. That's different. I don't think marijuana is considered a narcotic. And filing a false report. Well, maybe that's where he got the idea. Maybe his wife's the criminal. Pamela Stout's case is pending in General Sessions Court, and there is an agreement that she'll receive probation and judicial diversion on a misdemeanor. Judicial diversion comes when a defendant is eligible and applies after pleading guilty and meets requirements set by a judge. That's interesting. Stout's wife, huh? Having a dwelling to sell narcotics. Color me wrong if I'm wrong, but I do believe that narcotics are like hard drugs, right? Pills, or yeah, like opiates, amphetamine, stuff like that, right? No, I don't think marijuana is considered a narcotic. I don't think it is. I could be wrong. Again, this is my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you know better than I do. But yeah, anyway, here we are. If you made it, then you made it with me till the end. And I really do appreciate you being here. I'm very humbled and grateful that you're still here listening. Thank you so much. I hope y'all having a wonderful day. It is a beautiful day. Get out there, get some sun while I get some sleep because I work nights. And with that being said, y'all, stay well, stay good, stay free, and as always, stay wild.